So I've just finished building a compost mulching area, and I got all the materials for free from the dump. I tried to do this project with sustainability and zero cost in mind. So I got the ply from the dump, I got the cardboard from the supermarket, and what I've done is basically I water blasted all the fence behind, and then coated it with linseed oil, and then with the ply here that I got from the dump, it was untreated, so I coated that also with linseed oil, and then down the bottom there I put cardboard just to sort of protect the this pine, and then I might even staple some cardboard around the front here just to protect the compost and the mulch from any sort of leaching of any I mean, linseed oil is pretty good, but it will just help. And so this will be the compost mulching area. Black gold. Beautiful. Yeah, that's what we need. Get that cardboard down. I've now just wet it all down so that's saturated. I'm going to put the compost on top. Just remember to remove any plastics or sellotapes, etc. off the boxes before you put them in the ground. This layer will actually help keep the moisture in over a hot summer, and obviously also stop the weeds growing up through. So I've just finished laying the garden with the cardboard and the rest of the compost out of the compost area. As you can see, it's empty now, all gone. So that's ready to be filled up with the leftover mulch to start the new compost. So I've laid down a layer of cardboard everywhere, compost on top, raked it out everywhere, and so now I'm just giving it water. And once that is nice and damp, I will put the remainder of this mulch over the top, and then we should have a really good setup to grow lots of vegetables. So this is the finished product. Basically over here I have all my mulch and compost, and as you see here I've got tomatoes all along the back fence. These ones here are beans and they're going to grow up the trellis. I've got, sorry about the hoses, they're everywhere. I just need to get some connectors to tidy the system up, but I've got tomatoes all along the back. Here I've got the herbs growing down the front, and these soaker hoses cover the entire garden, and I found these are the most efficient way to water the garden at this stage, and I'll improve the process as I go. But you can see there's cauliflower, little tiny cauliflowers seedlings growing there, tons of perpetual spinach, silver beet, rhubarb, and down the back there I've got potatoes growing in the corner. Here I've got all the kale, and as you can see the kale, I've got some going to seed to gather those for next planting. Here I've got all my seeds that are germinating, little gardens from the supermarket. I've got lettuce, leeks growing all along the side there. Plenty more perpetual spinach. I use that in my smoothies and then also for salads, and you can also steam it so it's nice and tender. Here I've got peas, which are a hybrid between beans and peas, and then down here all of the pea seedlings. I've also planted rocket through here, and there's the little seedlings growing slowly. Here's potato, it's getting huge, and I've planted another bunch in there, so they'll start coming up soon. And again, here's the tomatoes down the back. And just a note on these watering soaker hoses, they don't really hold their pressure once you get over 15 meters. You get high pressure at one end and low pressure at the other. So what I've done is I've put a splitter here. So these have got control valves, flow valves, so you can actually adjust the flow between each hose. This is a great way to maintain water pressure over the whole garden evenly. Just a side note, you can see all of these little pumpkins coming through. There's just literally dozens of them, probably 30-40 of them popped up, and that's because I was throwing pumpkin seeds into the compost. I recommend not putting your pumpkin seeds into the compost, otherwise you're going to be picking those out for days. So that pretty much summarizes all of the garden. And the other thing I just wanted to mention is I've letting the grass grow here. As you can see, it's quite long. This is to let bees have some feeding time, and also when you mow the lawns, you grab all of the clippings into the catcher and add it into your compost, and then that can go in the garden later.